Okay.
All right. Well, we're live and on air this morning. Welcome. If this is the first time you're here, um, as you can see, my name is Mariana, and I have Tom and Paul with me today. And we are going to talk about cardio. To run or not to run?
That is the question.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm just gonna have too much fun.
All right. Well, I mean, cardio. You had talked a little bit about it before, and so we're going to talk about cardio today. And I guess I'll just start with saying that cardio is important to being healthy as and looking good as like lifting weights is. And it could actually be more beneficial. I mean, lifting weights, in my opinion, is actually going to get you strong and help push out fat and help you burn fat faster or actually get leaned out or even toned up or bulked up. But you also need cardio, in my opinion. It's because it works with the cardiovascular system. And my first thoughts were, I'm not a runner. I don't really like running. So one of my thoughts were like, obviously there's different forms of cardio that, I want people to start thinking about now while I go into what cardio is. But, I just don't like running. And there's some people that, love running. I just can't do that, So my thing
Yeah.
has been speed and agility, boot camp type workouts, high intensity training and things like that. So I'm just going to go through some things, what cardio is. Cardio is short for cardiovascular. It's a term used for the circulatory system consisting of the heart and blood vessels in your body. And what people usually refer to when using the word are endurance exercises that strengthen their system. And these exercises are done for longer stretches of time, and it makes the heart beat faster, pumping more blood through the system, and the blood carrying nutrients and oxygen to every cell in your body. So,
Awesome.
I mean, any activity that gets your heart rate to about, say, 50 to 75% of the max heart rate, and we do use a formula, and it's 220 minus your age will give you your max heart rate. So that's a really simple formula. 220 minus your age will give you your max heart rate.
Now
So
I
if
have a
somebody was
question.
40,
Sorry.
then their max heart rate would be 180. And if we're trying any activity over 50% of that, so any activity over 90 beats per minute is actually, considered some type of cardio workout. And, you know, like I said, there's other forms. People like to run, bike, dance. They could play tennis. You could, skateboard. You could ski. You could speed walk. You could, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can get your heart rate up. Okay, swimming. Swimming's one. I mean,
Yeah.
swim is a great exercise for a total body workout. Um, so, how does cardio help you? Well, it can help you lose weight. It actually, another way it can do is it can work your heart. So it's going to get that heart muscle working for you. Otherwise, your heart's going to get weaker and weaker and weaker as your life goes on. Um, Reason to do cardio is that it helps make your circulatory system stronger and also deliver more nutrients to your system.
Mhm.
Another great component of cardio is that it will help you have less stress. It's going to take a lot of the stress away. Okay.
Mhm.
Another thing is they say there was a study done at Boston University that says that it keeps your brain younger.
Oh,
So,
nice.
in my opinion, we all want to, at least for me, I'm trying to stave off mortality as much as possible. So, staying young is a good thing to have because it's going to keep you active. Another thing is that cardio makes you think better, and also it can help ease depression. So, another thing they can do. Hey, are we getting feedback somewhere?
Yeah. I don't know where that's coming from. I'll mute myself, see if it's coming from me.
Hello? No? What about Paul?
I don't hear anything.
Can you mute yourself though, so we can see if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
on your side? Talkity, 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 talkity. Yep, it's you, Paul.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, another
I'll be back.
Okay.
another component of cardio is that's going to help improve your sleep. It can increase bone density, and it can definitely increase your self-confidence. So those are just a couple of the areas that how people can do cardio, and also the benefits of cardio. Would you like to say a couple of things about this, Mariana?
I do have a question though. Like, can you explain a little bit what the max heart rate would be, or like what that means?
Well, basically, you want to be any activity that is 50 to 75% of your max heart rate is considered cardio.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have Paul, you're gonna have to mute yourself out. Thank you. So if you have what the exercise physiologists say is that 50 to 75% of your max heart rate is considered cardio. So
Okay.
if you're 40 years old and you take 220 minus your age minus 40 equals 180
Mm-hmm.
beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're saying is that 90 to 135 beats per minute is going to be considered cardio.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah, but
So-
what happens if you go like the full max beats per minute?
Well, it's considered anaerobic. Actually, what they're saying too is that there's different levels, but it's like 65 to 85% is where you're going to burn the most fat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two different types of fat. One's from 65 to 75, one's from 75 to 85. So nothing's going to happen, but you just have to be careful. Some people that have you have to be under the care of an exercise physiologist. I mean, when I used to do like a lot of spin classes and boot camp classes, and I was lifting weights and I was doing all these other things, I mean, my heart rate would go to 125% because I was in a condition that I could do that. All we're saying is that you need to check with a professional before you decide to, go higher, in my opinion. Either you're working with a coach, a personal trainer, a doctor. I mean, just for a disclaimer, that we're not recommending that you perform any type of exercise without talking to a doctor. We're not a doctor. We're not exercise physiologists. So we are not telling you what to do. We're just talking as a discussion, a general topic. So what happens is up to your body, and you need to, decide what you can do for yourself. We're not making any recommendations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, total sense.
Okay.
Awesome. Paul, do you want to unmute yourself and add anything?
Still echoing, or we're okay?
No.
Okay. For what I heard, Tom did a great job explaining cardio. I wanted to back up and just explain that it is one of the components of fitness. We went over flexibility before, so there's different components. There's muscular endurance, muscular strength, cardio, and there's body composition. And one of the things I do see a lot is either people like to do a lot of cardio, or they like to do strength training, and they don't do both. And I just want to stress that it's very important to do both. We need to have a complete program. So something that involves cardio and resistance training would be ideal. I think you went over target heart rate, right, Tom?
Yeah, we just talked about max heart rate, target heart rate. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about like for example, we're talking about cardio and how cardio affects your heart. It provides makes your heart a more efficient machine. It just runs more efficiently. So think about running your car, just high reps. I don't know reps, but reps. It's you're just running it hard all the time. What would happen to your engine? and most likely what would happen is it would burn out. So it's the same thing with your heart. It's going to break down if you don't take care of it, if you don't strengthen it. And one of the ways we strengthen it is through cardio exercise, cardiovascular exercise. There's different tests they do as well to check your level. So there's like the 3-minute step test. There's like the mile run, the mile walk. There's a VO2 max, which is more, you actually need to go somewhere and have that done. You need equipment to do that. That just takes how much oxygen you can bring in. But yeah, as Tom was saying, there's different types of cardio. So you have aerobic and you have anaerobic. And the way they differ is aerobic is for duration. It's steady state cardio where you're kind of just going at a certain speed or for a certain amount of time. So like I would get on a treadmill, for example, and run 20 minutes. That would be steady state cardio. Where anaerobic, so aerobic's with oxygen, you need oxygen. Anaerobic is without. So you can only do it for short bursts, up to probably 90 seconds. Can you say, Tom? About 90 seconds?
Yep.
At a time, and then you need to rest, and your body needs to recover so you can do it again. There's different thoughts about aerobic and anaerobic. I have read that anaerobic, if you can do anaerobic, is the most effective when it comes to weight loss. But then again, there are people that say steady state cardio is the best. So it's just kind of, and then when it comes to the target heart rate for weight loss, I don't know what you've heard, Tom, but like I've heard like down to like 60% target heart rate is like the best place to lose weight.
Yeah, so I've heard when you had to go off at 65 to 85%, and that you'd actually burn 2 different types of body fat. One's burned at 65 to 75, and another's burned at 75 to 85.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty low. So
yep.
You're not going like when you're doing that. If you're doing it for fat loss, for weight loss, you want to burn fat. You want to stay at a lower level. It's not really intense. You go up higher, it's going to do something different. It's cardio. It's cardio. You know, it's you're in a higher zone. It's for your heart more than weight loss. It changes the system, right? Involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you want to do weight loss, you keep it pretty lower level. Your heart rate's not real high. Like you said, what did you say, 65? 65 to like 80?
85.
80 is pretty high, though. 85 is pretty high. That's...
Yeah. It's really going to depend on what your goal is. So that's why I recommend that people talk to a coach or a exercise physiologist, a personal trainer, their doctor.
Yeah, the other thing I want to stress about cardio is we need to do other things besides cardio. And I've said that earlier, but I'm sure we've all seen the person, we call them cardio queens, that all they do is cardio. They don't do anything else, and what ends up happening is they have atrophy, actually. Their muscles get smaller because they're not being developed. And it's just not really a great look, nor I don't think it's very healthy. And on top of that, you're really not going to lose the weight you want to lose, because you know when you develop muscle,
yeah,
you're going to burn more calories.
Yeah, you gotta look at you know, I'm trying to say that you need to look at doing both. And could you mute that out for a second, Paul? There you go. So what I'm trying to say is that not to disparage runners or bikers, but typically runners and heavy-duty bikers, that's all they do. And you know, they're in better shape cardio-wise than anybody out there, but they also look emaciated. That's all I have to say. Paul?
Back to me? Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay. But yeah, I mean, some kind of like for me, my favorite type of cardio is something that involves both. You know, you got, and I mean, it's not really cardio, but it involves like big muscle exercises, and you're pretty much getting that heart rate up the whole time. Um, but man, that's not really cardio. I like to combine resistance training and cardio together. So there's different programs out there that do that, where you're running for a certain amount of time, and you go down and you do push-ups or you do burpees or some type of full body exercise, and that's really where you're going to get the maximum weight loss. But since we're talking about cardio, um, pretty much want to stay there. So there's a lot of different things, like I think Tom said, swimming, walking, biking, just get on the treadmill, the elliptical,
Yeah.
the rower. And rowing, by the way, is awesome. That's a great activity. If you can do that, if you don't have any back trouble, that's a great activity.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can. I found a big list of over 100 different things to help you increase your cardio or do cardio workouts. You want me to go over a few?
Sure.
Well, like at the gym, they have elliptical trainer, stair stepper, rowing machine, Paul, step ups, plyometrics, kettlebells. There's even like chores that you can be doing at home that involve some cardio: vacuuming, scrubbing the floors, cleaning the bathroom, mopping, painting, moving furniture, gardening, sweeping the patio or cleaning the garage. Like going outdoors, there's a nice big list. I mean, they have cycling, snowshoeing, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, jogging, running, not my favorite, rollerblading, paddling, surfing, swimming, skateboarding, ice skating. Like there's a huge amounts of ideas here. I mean, and if you Googled like ideas for cardio, you can probably find, more than enough different things. Different sports you can do: jujitsu, karate, kickball. Sorry, we got little ones over here. Spinning classes. Anyways, there's a huge list. That was my point. Oh, someone can't walk. All right. Well, if there's nothing else that you guys want to add, we can go ahead and finish up here. You guys good? Any last words or?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Do your cardio. Find something fun to do. If you don't know what to do and you're clueless, there is a button underneath this video. If you're watching it on one of our pages, that you can click on and get more information from us. So, Paul, why don't you go ahead, because there's a lot of noise over here. I gotta mute.
Well, like Marianne just said, do something fun. Find something you enjoy doing. Whether it be going for a walk in the park, going for a jog, biking. I mean, get outside, really. If you can get outside, get outside. For me personally, it's better than being inside. But some people like inside. So I just feel like you feel better when you get the sun on you and you're outside, you're looking at things, and you're just out in the elements. Bring some music, that helps. One of the things I'm going to be honest with you, I hate cardio. It's not something I enjoy. I don't like steady state cardio. Let me rephrase that. I find it boring. So I find other ways to go about it. I break it up. But yeah, the main thing is find something fun. Go for a bike ride. She gave you a big list, so whatever it is that you enjoy doing, do it. That will definitely keep you going. I don't really have a whole lot more to add about cardio, so.
You want to close it out for us?
Yeah, sure.
Button.
Yeah, well, you already said the button, but yeah, if you're looking for a mentor with fitness, health, nutrition, personal growth, anything like that, we are here to help you. Just go ahead and click on that button right down below there, staring you in the face, and make us contact. We'll get a hold of you. We'll work with you and help you reach your goal, whatever that may be. We've all done a lot of different things in fitness. I know Tom is very, very well versed. I have a little bit of a background, and Mariana practices what she preaches every day. So we're all here to help. With that, I think we'll wrap it up. And yeah, so everybody say bye.
All right, bye.
See you later.
Have a good weekend.
Oh yes, it's Friday. Oh my gosh, have a good weekend.
Yeah. Peace.
Cardio.